Hi friends, welcome to Aisha's DIY. This is a macrame project. This is macrame earrings project. I came across this project and I really liked it, and I tried with a thinner cord. As you can see, it is not impressive, and it's like a what to say. It's like really difficult to take out the knots if you make a mistake, and it is not like for this bigger hoop. It's a very small one. Maybe I should have used a smaller hoop. I used the same hoop for both the design, but I switched the cord. This is the cord that I used for this one right here. This is 0.45 millimeter thickness. It's a polyester cord, and for this I used regular 0.8 millimeter Chinese knotting cord, which is right here. I don't know I can't read the Chinese letters, but I think this is 0.8 millimeter. So this is the one that I used for this earring, and I'm sure that just for video purposes this one will be way too tiny to show, so that's why I wanted to show it in a bigger cord, so I used the 0.8 millimeter. But if you have a thinner cord, I would suggest a Chinese knotting cord like 0.5 millimeter at least for this project, so it looks good. Even though it says 0.45 millimeter, this is way too thin. Okay, and for this earring, for a earring, not a pair, we need 12 cords of a feet. So you take your ruler. So you need 1 feet, 12 of those. So it will take quite a while to cut those things, but we need 12 cords, and I'll cut 12 cords and I will come back just like that. If you cut one, then you can keep that as a sample and cut 11 more. So we need totally 12 cords. You can see I finished this line as well. See this 6 and 6, right? Now I take these two, I put this underneath, so the right goes underneath the left, and then I do one more two more half-hitch knot. That's just one. So if you want, you can just separate this a little bit, but as you do the knot, it will come closer, and do that. So that's done. Now again, start from the right and do one more line of these series of knots. So now I take the leftmost cord and then take the next cord underneath, right next to it. Start the second row by holding the rightmost cord towards the left and taking the next cord, going above, up, over, under, and pull through, over, under, and pull through. Now the next cord in the line, over, under, and pull through, over, under, and pull through. Take the next one, over, under, and pull through, over, under, and pull through. Just like that, I will finish this row and that row as well. So I finished doing this row and then this row. As you can see here, these are the two cords from the right and the left. So I do this and connect those two. Just like so. Okay, now I'm going to separate 4 cords on the left and 4 cords in the right. The middle 4 cords. and leave the rest to the side. Okay, so it's the 4 chords to the left and the 4 chords to the right. I'm sorry. Yes, so I'm gonna separate it that way. And then also first let's just move this right hand chord. Let's start with the left hand chord. There is 4 chords. I'm separating the outer chord out, and then do this. Okay, and then I crisscross like this, right? Crisscross like this, and then do a half-hitch knot. Okay, just like so. Okay, and now these two crisscross again like this and do a half-hitch knot. That's done. Right, now this cord, I'm gonna melt this cord and make it as a needle and add my bead. So you can use any bead you want, seed beads, like 11 or 8. I'm using 2mm metallic bead which has a big hole. It goes comfortably in. So after you do this, okay, so I want to crisscross again just like so, the cord with the bead underneath, and then do a half-hitch knot, 2 half-hitch knots, right? And then the next cord again crisscrossed. The cord that I'm holding on the right is underneath, on the left is top, and then I do one more knot. So these 4 cords on the left, we have done that. Now on the right, so I separate these 4 cords on the side, separate these 4 cords, and this is the center cord. Take these 2 cords, okay, and then I want this to come here, so I crisscross. The cord that I'm holding on the right hand is on the top, okay, and then I do the knot, because we have to prolong the knot towards the outer part. So okay, and then leave that cord, this one right here. So again, take it apart and hold it underneath. So I am crisscrossing. The cord that I'm holding on the right is on the top, and then do our knot one more time. So now that I have done that, right, so these are the cords, and this cord on the rightmost side, I burn it, and if you have a hard time doing it, just give it a cut. That will help. Then add the bead. So a tip, if you have it like this, take your pliers, hold the edge, and then push the bead down. Then it will easily go. Drop it down all the way there, right, and then bring that cord underneath, crisscross, and then Let's do a knot. 1 and 2. Leave that there. Again here, take it, crisscross, and then do the knot. See how it is? It's all like this, very nicely done. So here like this and comes like that. So now what I do is I separate all the cords and I just have only the center 2 cords. Take all these 3 out. These 2 are the center. What I'm gonna do here is take these 2 cords, doesn't matter if they are not uniform, you just keep it uniform and then melt these ends together. I like to do it together so that I can insert my 6x4mm roundel. You can use a round if you want to, that will be perfect. I couldn't find a round in coordinating color, so I had to go with the roundel. So melt it and somehow get this through. To melt it more. See that? Now I add this. There we go. Now you can separate this because we need it separately. So I push the bead all the way in the middle, right there. See how it sits? We have 3 cords here, 3 cords here. So now I want this knots to come like this in a V shape. So what I do is I take these 2 cords, right? I crisscross, my right hand side is on top, and then because I wanted it to come around the bead, right? 1 and 2. Take the next one, do the same. 1 and 2, right? Let's do the same this side as well. Take this endmost cord and do our half-hitch knot. There we go. One more, the next cord. 1 and 2. Right? So this is what we have. See how it again encompasses the entire thing. I did a mistake right there. So I removed everything as soon as you add these beads. So this is how your cords look like, right? First, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to avoid the last strand right here. Take these 2 strands first, okay? And as I said, like that it has to come. So I just do the inner circle first and then do the outer circle, right? And do the same. I want this to come like this. There we go. Now do the same here as well. Bring that down. Just like so. Now again the same thing with the outer cord. There we go. So now that is done, so now the cord that is coming out of the bead, so do that, right? Bring it and crisscross and do our knot, just like so, and then finish it off here, right? So bring that here down. There we go. Right, now we will do the same this side as well. First this, crisscross. See, if you do this you cannot do your knots, so this has to come this way. That's 1, 2. Okay, and then again just like so, 1 and 2. So this is what we have so far. Now the center part, take these, tighten that up. It will be a little loose because I'm using a roundel. If you have used a round, this would close completely very nicely for you. See, that way. This side. Trust me on this pattern, once you start doing it a couple of times it makes sense and you don't even have to look at the pattern, it will come to you. See how it is? It's nice. And so this is all our 8 strands that we worked. What I do is I take all of these and separate it now that I have to work on this, right? We have finished the center part. So you can just put a clip if you want to do something with this, or put a tape probably. And then we can concentrate on this. So the last cord, leave that, and then take the next second cord from the left. I want this cord to be melted. And then I want to add one of my spacer bead here. Use your pliers to hold it and move that bead all the way on the top. Okay, take the leftmost cord, bring it after the bead, and do your half-hitch knot. Should be after the bead. That's what is important. 2 knots. Okay, that's done. Now take the next cord. You need to pay attention that these cords need to be on the same order. So take the next cord. Okay, you don't have to add any bead to this cord. Just do half-hitch knots. 1 and 2. Okay, 2 is done. The third one again, melt the end. Make it into a needle and add the spacer beads. So this time I'm going to add 2. I'm going to increase it to 3 and 4 on this side. The same way I will do it on the other side as well. So in this card I'm going to add 2 of the spacer beads. Again, you can use a seed bead here. It's not going inside. Push all the beads towards the top and bring our holding cord right below it. Then start doing our knots, the half-hitch knot. This pattern is a little bit tough. For me, it was tough. Took a while for me to understand what I'm doing, and even though I watched a lot of videos, read a lot of PDFs, still I was not able to do it. So the second line I did it plain. So one line we are adding beads, one line we are doing it plain. Then now we are ready to add again beads. So I have to melt this and add 3 of the metallic beads to this. Let's see if I can put these through. I will put it and then come back. So now I threaded in 3 of the beads, took the cord underneath, and now I'm going to add the knots. And then take the next cord. We are not going to add any beads here, just two knots. Okay, then this cord I want to add 4 of the metallic beads to this and do the same. So now I added the 4 beads. Take this and then do our 2 half-hitch knots. Right, and then the last cord without any beads, just do 2 half-hitch knots, just like so. Now these 2 last cords are the ones that we are going to use it. Okay, let me just move this a little bit up, right there. Right, so this one right here, do like this, and then do like that, crisscross again, then do a half-hitch knot like that. I did something wrong, can you see that? So if your knot comes that way, then whatever you did was wrong. It's so simple, you can find it out immediately in this pattern. That's what I really like about it. And I would suggest use a lighter color cord for the first time. It will make things much easier. I thought the darker color cord will look really nice and bright here. So I just go ahead and do a half-hitch knot, just like so. Okay, and then do that. Take it, go again. So we are so instead of 2 cords, we are doing it with cords which is both are like, you know, not permanent, both are in the air kind of. Just shift this, do that, and then crisscross again here, and then do that. If you can see, you will have a series of knots just like the same ones, just that we are bringing it here. This cord we are not going to do anything with, we are going to knot with this, but I want this to come here, right? So all the way. No, I did that wrong. Immediately I can see the direction at which it goes differs. And again I'm going to see, maybe one more will do. That will do. And now bring these here, right? Gonna do the same this other side and come back. Shruti, can you get up? Hey, erma made. Indri. Tunga matri. The other part too, I want to show you guys on a macrame board. I just pinned it here. So let's just leave all of these things onto the side now. I'll show you guys how to do this knot with these two cords, right? So you can just take a clip or so. so that it is on the side. So these are the last two cords that we were working with. Okay, that's the one that we are going to take, and then leave the rest to the side. So these two. So for these two, what I'm going to do is take this cord and then make a knot. See how it is? It's like, so that is not right. You can immediately see I want the knots to be consistent like this. I will zoom in a bit more for you guys to see how this knot has placed itself. So that's wrong. So this cord I'm just going to go over, under, and pull through. Okay, take the same cord, but I just cross it and then do the over and under and pull through. So I am doing the holding cord as one and the knotting cord as another. I think you guys must have gotten it. So that's what the knots will be. Making sure the knot is proper. See, this is the cord that I'm going to knot with all the time. This is a cord I'm going to hold. Just that I hold it on the left, go over and under and pull through the first time. Okay, then cross it again, hold it in the other hand, and then over and under and pull through. Like this we are supposed to do 8 knots. Then again bring it here, making sure everything is proper. Over, under, and pull through. Some mistake I did, as you guys can see, just twisted it. So I would suggest, if I'm doing this part, just finish it off and go. If not, come back and finish it off, because there is no way that you will know for sure key this is what it is. Otherwise, do it as how I am doing it. If it is wrong, take it out and redo it. Still making a mistake. The way the knot sits, you will know it's on a straight line or crooked, crisscross. So hold it like this, over, under, and pull through. And then bring it to the side, over, under, and pull through. Over, under, and pull through. Crisscross it, over, under, and pull through. So then, if you can see, the knots are formed, right? Now I'm ready to attach it to this. So now I'll release all of these knots, bring the center ones to the center, Now everything is defined, 3 parts, right? The center one's here, this side here, and this side here. So now we have to attach this to this. So what I will do is I will leave this last cord. I'm not going to use it, okay? I will leave it underneath this one. Okay, this cord, these are the two I'm going to attach this with. Okay, and then I want this cord to be like this. Okay, take this, and do an overhand knot, just like so, and then one more. Sorry, it's not an overhand knot, it is a half-hitch knot that we are doing. I'm just holding that in place. My cord has become very too short. If you want, you can cut 40 centimeters of every cord, but it's hard to determine which one is the one which we need the most. Just like so. Then take the next cord and do 2 knots. Just like so. And then I did with the 2 cords, right? These are 3 cords that's left, and this cord I didn't do. I'll do the same the other side as well. Then I will come back for the center cord. So this is the cord that's coming over. I'm gonna take last cord and leave it on the side, then take the next cord, which is also very short, and take it and do an half-hitch knot. That's one. See how loose it's becoming. Just don't want that to be that loose. So I'm just going to take it off and tighten that properly. This is the one, it's attaching it to this frame, so just making sure they are tight is really important. When you are doing this, just take your pliers and straighten the first part off, right? And then there we go. Take the next cord and let's do 2 half-hitch. 1 and 2. If you're doing it with a waxed polyester cord, this is a completely different ball game altogether. The feel of it and the way that you knot is completely different. I'm a big fan of Chinese knotting cord, but for this project I think the polyester cord will work best. I want to try it on that too, let you guys know how it goes. So these are the cords that we have here. Excuse me for my throat, right? So this one I still want to do one more with this, so that's nice and even. this one right here, I'll do it and then now the center one, crisscross. So if you do this, it won't come to a pointed position. So what I do is, it's always going to be this side to the left. So I crisscross and do that like that. That way I will come to a pointed teardrop kind of a thing rather than a rounded one. As you can see, this is what it is. Now pretty much we are done. All we need to do is take this and cut all the chords, right? And then what we need to do is and burn the edges. So let's just cut the cord, all of these cords. See this one which is right here, the one that we left, I take it in the back and then I snip it off with a small gap so that I can melt that down, right? And then turn everything to the front and then cut it. It's inevitable that we waste a little bit of cord, but if we take a little bit shorter length of cord, you will have a difficult time to macrame for sure. You can take even 40 centimeters, that is increasing it, but decreasing it would not be an option. It's very hard to do it. Now take your handy dandy lighter. First let's just trim this, right? The one short one, which is there we go, and then we can trim all of these. Our earring is done. So I hope you guys like this. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos, couple of videos a week. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.